Good morning and happy Wednesday to you folks. Hope and pray that you're doing well today. Today is Wednesday, so prayer and Bible study tonight at 6 p.m. Hope, pray that you'll be there and join us. Continue to be in prayer for Peggy. She, by all indications, is a successful knee surgery, so thank God for that, and just continue to be in prayer for her recovery and her rehab. And be in prayer for Dennis and Brenda and their family today as they lay Jesse to rest. I was reading this morning in the book of Mark, chapter number 9, and it's the account where Jesus is called upon to cast a demon out of a young boy, and it's interesting because really his disciples were the ones who had tried to minister to this boy, and they weren't able to. And you all know the story, and the man comes to Jesus, and he says, your disciples weren't able to do that. And Jesus gets a little bit flustered with the disciples, as he does typically during his ministry. But the man comes to Jesus. He lets him know that the demon is in this boy. He lets him know what's been going on with this demon possession. And then Jesus tells him in verse number 23, in verse 22, the man says to Jesus, but if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Verse 23, but Jesus said to him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. Immediately the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. And then at that point, Jesus cast the demon out of the boy. Jesus says to us that if we believe, anything is possible. So what we need to do, folks, is to believe. You know, a lot of times we look at what goes on around us, and especially in our own context, and we think about, you know, the folks who come to church are so few. And there are many, many reasons behind that. I know there are a lot of folks that are sick. There are a lot of folks that are just physically unable to come to church. But there are plenty that are able, that come sporadically, or they don't come at all. Sometimes we've had this phenomenon of people will come to visit, and then they don't come back, and we don't understand that, and that might discourage us, and that might make us feel like, well, you know, maybe we're just not going to get the blessings that we need to get, or whatever we might think. But God tells us we need to believe. And you know, the other night we had the meeting at the Henry County Baptist Association, and Tony Beach made a statement when he was talking about the rigmarole that him and his committee is going through in trying to think of an associational missionary. And he said, I don't remember the exact words, but it boiled down to Rome wasn't built in a day. And but we need to keep believing. We need to keep believing God for His blessings. Continue to pray for His blessings, and continue to believe that He's going to supply our needs. Just like in this story here. The man talked to the disciples. They weren't able to cast the demons out of the boy. And finally he came to Jesus. He said, Jesus, if you can, would you please help me with this? And Jesus said, believe. If you believe, all things are possible. So folks, let's believe. Let's believe what God teaches us. Let's believe what God promises us. And let's continue to trust God to keep His promises. Even if those promises don't come immediately when we think that they should, let's continue to believe, because when we believe, we know that all things are possible. Hope you all have a wonderful day today. Hope this brings you some encouragement, a challenge, maybe even conviction if that's what's necessary. But I love you folks. Talk to you a little bit later. Remember, 6 p.m. prayer and Bible study. Come and be with us. If you're not able to be with us, if you're physically unable, I'm going to record it like I do, and we're going to put it on the Facebook page so y'all can be a part of the study as well. But if you're able, we want you to come on out. We'd love for you to come on out. We invite you to come on out, to come and hear what God has to bless us with tonight. Love you folks, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.